there's only one dude. Fuck the idea of monotheism. It's garbage. It belongs in
It
the
is.
land.
Yeah.
There's nothing Kuna Estrada can't kill.
What you got going on today?
Oh, just a whole lot of hell. Bringing it to everyone I meet.
Feel it.
Sizzling little toes, that sort
Yeah,
of thing.
that's good. You should make a YouTube channel, man. I'd watch that shit.
I bet a lot of people would, but then I'd have to have a sense of accountability and they'd probably try to hunt me down. Remaining anonymous and bouncing about like a fucking alien evil ping pong ball is a lot more fun.
It's not incorrect. It's not incorrect.
I mean, how much JFK and you do you have, right?
Probably I'd say probably like 5 inches and it starts at like my crotch level, I would say.
I said JFK, as
Yeah.
in getting blown out for the honor of the country.
Oh, I
But then
thought you
you,
meant JFK in terms of like being, you know.
well, no, everybody that goes up against the evil racing foreign banking interests dies quite quickly. It's
Yeah.
been quite a period on a sentence for quite a long time. I believe over 150 years now at this point.
Yeah. You're not
Gotta
wrong.
love, gotta love the greenbacks. Annuit coeptis novus ordo seclorum.
Is that Latin?
Yeah, it's on your dollar bill. It means announcing concept, New World Order, and it's been there over 100 years.
Hmm.
So how the fuck is that a conspiracy?
It's not. I did not know that.
Yeah, right there by the all-seeing eye, just to rub it in.
Why do you think they put it there?
Oh, they're just letting you know. You come after us, we are watching you. We don't care what you do or what you care about. But if you say one thing where it's like, we're going to take back the Federal Reserve, print our own money, put it on our own standard, and we're going to not be subject to these banking interests anymore. That's
Yeah.
when you die. That's only when you die. You can do anything else. Doesn't matter. But you fuck with their money. Bye-bye.
Do you think that the powers that be have to announce themselves? Like not in what you were just saying, because that would negate the question, but in general, do you think like secret societies or whatever have to announce themselves to the general public as a general rule?
I think there's two things that could be solved with just moniker changing that would have huge impacts on the world. Number one, get rid of party affiliations. There is no such thing as a Democrat or Republican or an independent or a libertarian or any of that shit anymore.
I
You
agree.
just run a name in your record, and then if I don't feel comfortable voting for you, I won't cast a vote. And imagine how good the elections will go. Because even if 20 people vote, they're the 20 people that are competent about the issues and the people that are there.
Yeah.
That matters, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, right, is when we're talking about standards and the way that we look at things, people announcing themselves, secret societies. I think it should be accessible. I don't think it should be like I have to go door knocking. I'm part of Masonic Lodge and any of that shit. Those things have a necessity. However, it should be a more well-known fact. It should be kind of hiding in plain sight, but way more plain and way more accountable. That's
Okay.
all. You don't
I
have
got
to
you.
do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. What I meant more, but I appreciate your answer, is more that there's like a lot of people that believe that, whether it be quote quote secret societies or people in power, they have this assumption that these groups that run shit, whatever you
Let's
want to
talk about,
label.
because here's the thing, like the real way you break it down is you look at like the Bohemian Grove, right?
Hmm.
And the common man looks at that, the Molochian entity and burning the child with care, and they don't understand it, and they look at it like a bunch of devil worshipping, child eating, weird cannibal fucking assholes. But that's not the point.
Hmm.
And when you really think about it from the perspective of that president, of that person, of that Bohemian Grove member, you start to realize, oh my God, these people make decisions that kill millions of people no matter what they do. Hey, do you want 10 million people to die or 2 million people to die? I don't want anybody to die. Then everybody dies. So you have to make the decision. So sacrificing your human cares to the Molochian entity so that you can make better decisions for the greater good of mankind kind of fucking makes sense when you look at
Okay.
what is on the shoulders of a Ronald Reagan or a George Bush or any of these people that have to make these horrible fucking decisions every fucking day.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how heavy that crown really is?
No, I can't, honestly.
Right? None of us can. And the fact that we even have the freedom to judge them is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that we sit around and bitch about it when we don't even have a scope of what the shit they're doing is, and yet we think we're relevant. We're not fucking relevant. They are.
Who do you
You know what I
think
mean?
has like the most control currently, if you had to make an assumption?
The Federal Reserve banking foreign interests that own the Federal Reserve. Biggest Pork Barrel project of all time in the military industrial complex is designed to protect it and the trading of all the world's goods in the dollar. That is exactly what we do, and it's what we've been doing. And it is the way the New World Order will be formed, and eventually everyone will speak either English or Spanish, and the entire world will be conquered.
Do you think that, like, if we were to just dump collectively, all United States citizens were to take all their money out of the banks and just dump it on the Federal Reserve steps?
Well, you couldn't. You couldn't, because what would
Yeah.
happen is you would short the bank so fast, you would incur a depression, and that's so scary that people are going to live and hover in that bubble until something else makes it crash. Nobody wants to be responsible for doing what happened in the 20s again.
But what do you think would happen if we just like gave it up? We just stopped using it?
Well, the thing is barter systems would become more robust.
Yeah.
If people became more reliant on those systems, the government could effectively not do anything. It could not force you to trade in dollars if you were smart enough to barter effectively.
Yeah.
If people care, but you got to remember, the nature of people is not this way. We always want to take from your family to bring to mine. It's a very greedy society we live in, and the profiteering nature of capitalism and markups is definitely detrimental to human progress. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I don't disagree. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, to a lot of people, your their ideas might seem fucking outlandish because they're not willing to accept it. But I don't know. I mean, you're saying a lot of stuff that I agree with, so I appreciate it.
Well, the thing that I would say is, like, I don't patronize the people, and I don't want to like kowtow to people. I really think about these things, and if I've given things great study and great thought, I feel like the knowledge is worth it. But then again, to try to put yourself in perspective is the hardest fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
Because, like, no matter what, we don't get to be. I mean, dude, just think about being the fucking guy that had to fly the Enola Gay.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to go to bed at night knowing that the bomb you fucking dropped killed 200 fucking thousand men, women, and children. Like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, like that's a KD ratio, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to sleep at night with that.
Yeah, who would? No matter how fucking evil you are. Holy shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's like Sorbibor, bro. Like what the fuck? You know, or I'm just saying, like, shit's crazy, bro. Like, the fact that there's Holocaust deniers, the fact that there's people that believe in shit that's just not true, the fact that nobody recognizes, like, okay, look, it sucks what's happening to Palestine, but it's their fault. You don't launch 5,000 fucking missiles at once at a superpower and expect everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not. What do you? Okay, listen. If take away Israel, what if Palestine was like next door to like Baja California and they launched on like San Diego, 5,000 missiles, right?
Mhm.
What the fuck do you think would happen to them?
Oh, they would probably get decimated. We call in like fucking Air Force.
It's like Israel would be like, they're being really nice right now, because what we would have done, there wouldn't be anything left. It would just be a fucking hole.
So do you think, I mean, I know, as you said already, the Federal Reserve is obviously at the crux of like a lot of it.
Yep. It's all, well, listen. I've done the studies.
Mhm.
I'm going to explain in a very succinct and very like articulate manner why they are the entire problem. For example, if a black man who's darker than midnight can get a loan at the same rate as my lily white ass when I go to a bank, where's the poor neighborhood that you subsequently have to over-police? Every single fucking problem is systemic from the racist banking institutions that are begotten by them, period. And they're all not American, so they don't give a fuck about your concepts of racist or classes or freedoms, because they're not Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we're all fucked under that knuckle of fucking, oh, well, guess what? You can't get a loan, little black man. Go out there and live in Section 8. Good luck to you. Hope you make it out the jacks, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's how they treat people.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong at all. What do you think? I mean, like, so would your suggestion be like to do away with the Federal Reserve, I would assume, yeah?
Well, no, you simply eminent domain that bitch.
Okay.
And say, I triple dog dare to come fuck with what we got, bitch.
Yeah.
We wrote it into the Constitution yesterday, and those shall not have any more foreign interests tied into any projects that are integral to the functioning of our American society.
Do you think America is doomed?
No, here's the
No.
beauty of America. The idea of America is what holds it together and always has been.
Hmm.
Anything can happen here. Because here's the key. Even with the immigrants and all that shit, and you're worried about using your identity, don't. Because here's what happens. Let's say I'm a fucking Venezuelan and I've escaped with my family. I got 10 kids, right? I get here with my wife. We're proud of being Venezuelan. We've got our foods, we've got our culture, we've got our religion, we've got our habits. But then our children go to your schools with your kids and hang out and play at your houses. And before too long, it's, fuck you, Dad. I'm going to college. I'm going to have my shit. I'm an American. So no matter what happens, the very first fucking generation, even if they're young when you're brought here, once you become American, that's it. You're not going back. And it doesn't matter what country we get you from. That's going to happen to you too. Oh, did you come over here from Austria? Hey, guess what? You're going to love America. You want to go to a baseball game? Take me out to the ball. You know what I mean? Like, we have too many good things, too much good shit. Our culture is too awesome to not infiltrate your soul. And
Yeah.
when you're young, you can't fight us off. See, when you're old, you're like, oh, I'm all set in my ways. You know, I started my farm in Venezuela, my beautiful hut that I built myself. Like, no, that pride is not built within those children. The pride then comes from America, and they're American forever after. That is the beauty of America. That is why the Statue of Liberty says what it says at its heel. Give me your sick, your weak, your unwanted, your downtrodden, the things that you think are throwaways
Yeah.
will turn into the best fucking shit you've ever fucking seen. That's America.
Oh, that was gonna be my next question. Is what would you summarize as what is America? But you already answered that. I
And
don't
then
think that's far off. No.
the only other thing I really have a lot of beef with is like the fact that people don't have a lot of ability to reason past that first stage. Like for example, you can look at Hollywood, right?
Hmm.
And the message that they've been portraying for years now, right? And for the better part of 100 years, they've been telling us one thing universally: no matter what culture we are, no matter what we believe in, no matter where we come from, the one thing Hollywood wants you to believe more than anything else is you got to be cool. You do not want to be a nerd. You want to be fucking James Dean getting pussy, racing cars. You bad motherfucker. You do not want to be nerd boy going home, studying rocket science, building things, playing Dungeons and Dragons. Like, that's the
Samha and the
universal
one come
thing.
on over
Because you
at
gotta wonder
oxycodone
why rich people with
666.
bazillions of dollars spend that kind of money to make a movie they never go see. Because they go to the yacht club, bro. They don't give a fuck about mingling with you slum bitches. They're not going to movies. They'll wait till it comes to their home theater, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rich people don't go to movies. It's a risk. So why do they pay to have them made? To keep you dumb. Because you think being dumb is cool and being smart is nerdy.
I don't disagree. I really don't. I mean, I love the arts. I love entertainment. But at the same
Of
time, I
course.
do recognize that.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, you're not wrong. There is art there, and that's the beauty of it. And that's why there is some things that you're just like, okay, no matter what, that transcends that media.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Excalibur or something like that, you know?
But no, you're not wrong. It is designed to, keep them. I have this issue where a lot of times people ask me, "What's my biggest fear?" And I usually respond with stupid people. More than anything is stupid people. Lack of education, lack of understanding. I don't know everything, but I sure as hell try to learn a lot about what I don't like and what I do like.
My biggest fear is being operated on by an incompetent brain surgeon.
That's a fair that's a fair statement. I don't know. I have this thing when it comes down to it, in terms of like the will of American people as a whole. I like to tell people I have a lot of friends that are like preppers and stuff of that nature, and we'll have conversations. I usually will say that the one saving grace I feel is that you cannot put on paper the will of a person. You can't
Sure.
quantify it because you don't know what that person will do put in XYZ situation.
Exactly.
That works to, I feel, our benefit because it's us versus them. It always has been and it always will be. I just
Right.
I have a hard time believing in my heart of hearts that the collective, because that's what it would take, in my opinion, the collective of the populace to rise up and actually do anything, whether violent or non-violent, is I think irrelevant when you're just
I know
talking hypothetically.
I know so much about like the history of stuff, but the one thing I really want to do is I would love to just like have a beer with George W. Because I
Yeah.
feel like if I could just sit, shake his hand, look him in the eye, and talk to him for about 10 minutes, ask him a few questions, I could gauge what kind of human being he is.
Hmm.
And then that would give me so much perspective on everything that I've learned. And then I could measure that against that experience. That's the only thing I'm truly missing is to get a true feel and vibe of what a real president is like. Because Joe Biden ain't a real president. He's a
Hmm.
coattail. And Barack Obama's not a real president. He's basically a feature.
Hmm.
And then Donald Trump's not a real president because he's incompetent.
Hmm.
Last one was the guy that did 9/11. It's like, that's fucked up. Like, how was your last good president? The guy that did 9/11. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, like, that's not a very good president. But now, after what we've been through, you're like, wow, he was really good, wasn't he? Dude, he killed 3,000 fucking people, foreign nationals. You want to know something that's fucked up? You know what proves that 9/11 was an inside job is the number one thing that you do when you're trying to figure something out, which is modus operandi. The modus operandi of killing some people at the World Trade Center. None of those people are American citizens. If I'm a terrorist and I want to kill America and I hate Western society because you're a bunch of sodomizers and sinners, why the fuck did I attack people from every sovereign nation on the planet and hardly kill any Americans? Why? It's a bad choice of target. Why did I hit a softball game, for fuck's sake, or a high school? I mean, it's pathetic, right? So when you look at that, proves that it's an inside job to reset the economy because they chose the wrong fucking target. World Trade Center.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked into some aspects of it. Like I said, I'm not knowledgeable on all things. I'm knowledgeable about some things, and I'm neither an expert on any of them.
Look it up. Well, look at that. It's not Tower 7. I'm not talking about the rate of fall. I'm not talking about anything like thermite or wiring at the blow. I'm not talking about any of that shit.
No, yeah.
It's a poor choice of target. If I'm a fucking terrorist, right? Even if I'm a hillbilly strapping bombs to my chest, I know I can just go to a fucking local government building and get about 100 of you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if I go to a fucking high school football game on a Friday night in Texas, I'm getting at least a couple thousand of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the motivation to hit that is only domestic.
Mm-hmm.
It's only for the economic gain. That's it. And then everybody gets a bonus. And it's actually a really low death toll for what was achieved, if you think about it.
Yeah. Wasn't what's it? The guy, like I said, the brief research I did, wasn't the guy who had insurance on the towers, like the actual owner, wasn't he supposed to be there and then was not?
There.
Yeah. I thought that was very strange.
Oh, it's not strange at all when it's a setup to get you paid too.
Yeah.
He's the vehicle. But you got to remember, that's so many people involved. That's so many things. That's a CIA still. That's a black operation wrapped up in a taco of fucking world domination and avoiding a Great Depression. Like, there is so many loose ends and tied little bows. It's so flawless of an operation. It hits like 15 different fucking marks. Like it's one of the most extended, complicated, and craziest inside jobs of all fucking time. It makes the movie The Italian Job look like amateur hour. That's how good they did. Like, you understand?
I know a lot of people that would like counter that and like say, "Oh, it would be impossible to keep that under wraps."
Just listen to this.
Yeah.
They took out the exact slice of the Pentagon that had the aspartame records for Rumsfeld's operation. They took out the World Trade Centers that had all the records from the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac fucking disaster debacle of the bubble. If you remember the housing bubble and the thing that pretty much crashed the economy the first time. Okay, they took away all the record of that. They took away all the record of the bad trades and all the shit that had been doing with the trying to fuck with the Social Security and privatizing pensions. They got rid of that error. They got rid of the fucking insurance fraud where that guy got paid fucking tenfold over the value of the building that he bought for real estate. They got a new project out of that, right? Which that's neither here nor there. Plus, they got rid of a few of their enemies at the same fucking time. And that's actually an enumerate list. What they fucking achieved as an operation, like if you had a laundry list and you were like Lex Luthor, dude, he took out Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. All he's got to do is deal with the fucking Flash and he's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might be switching that up a little bit.
No,
yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I know, like a lot of people would like compare it because I've heard people talk about it. Like when you look at like the Manhattan Project, how hard
Yeah.
that was to keep under wraps, and then they compare it to like 9/11 when you had cell phones and whatever else, and they say that it's an impossibility to keep that under wraps.
Yeah, but when you look at the evidence
Mhm.
of what was left behind, what you got out of it, the records that were lost, the people that benefited from it, how big that network of people was,
Mhm.
and the fact that these are all members of a society that believes they are working for the greater good. And for all we really know, they are. 9/11 was a good
Yeah.
thing. For all we know, it was. We have no idea what the end result was or what was looming in the shadows. We have no fucking clue, right?
Yeah.
We only have like, what was it, 2,800 plus people that died. Only like, what was it, 500 of them were like natural born U.S. citizens, period. And most of them were like emergency workers, right?
Yeah.
Most of the people were foreign nationals, and most of those people were in big, high level marketing jobs for foreign countries and interests, right? There's some shit going on there that we will never fucking untie. Because, like I said, they burnt it to a crisp. They buried it. They fucking leveled it. And that was a lot of information and a lot of servos.
No,
So,
you make good points, man. No,
I'm just
I mean-
saying, man. Like, I know a lot about it, and even if you don't study the physical and you don't get wrapped up in the baloney, like where people try to point things and look at real, like, oh, the job was done so flawlessly, we'll never fucking know. They're that good. Yeah. How hard is it to believe that your boys are that good? You know what I mean? Like, they are that good. You know?
I think the issue is some people would prefer not to. It makes them more comfortable to just not think about it. Then
you go to church and still believe in Jesus and pretend like that weight is God's body and that wine is God's blood and all that bullshit. The pagan ritual at the altar.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you talking to me for sure and giving me a lot of your insight.
Oh yeah, man. Stay cool, clown.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, my man.
Later.